All right, we got Stephen Curry. I'm gonna go point guard, right-handed. All right, he's 6'2", 185 with a 6'4" wingspan, and I'm gonna go compact. You can do what you want. All right, for finishing, with an 86 close shot, 89 layup, and a 50 driving dunk. Now, y'all probably surprised to see the 50 driving dunk. But if you actually go look, Stephen Curry can dunk the ball. I think it's a business choice, business decision as to why he doesn't dunk the ball. All those ankle injuries, I don't blame him, for not wanting to be a high flyer like that. But if you go look, Stephen Curry actually has compilations of him dunking the ball in game, not just in practice or shoot arounds where you see him he'll do the self lobs and stuff. Like no, like actually, taking the ball in game, in transition, even in the half court. Oh, so with a 50, you get the basic off one and off two. Which yeah, he doesn't do anything crazy. It's usually it's either off two or it's off one-handed dunks, just real quick. Get him in there. And then you also, I believe, you get Manu Ginobili and CJ McCollum. You can put those on if you want, but I went with the 89 driving layup because that gives you one. He's really really good at layups, right? So obviously you're gonna need Hall of Fame Giant Slayer, Hall of Fame Pro Touch. If you time your layups, if you do not time your layups, that just frees you up, for even more badge points elsewhere. But I highly recommend if you're gonna do layups, time your layups. Like it really really makes you tough to guard, especially if you know how to do the switch layups because you also get acrobat. Um, on gold. So if you know how to do change layups, that's gonna make you really dangerous. You know, I've made 50% contests, even 70 to 80% contests before in my layup. I don't think my layup was that high. Actually, it was on my big man, so I don't think I had an 89 layup. So if you turn the timing on, you can do some really tough layups. The 89 gives you gold slithery, which I think is really important, especially when you have a low driving dunk. It helps you avoid contact if you want to go in and try to get a dunk off in the half court. Especially since you don't have limitless at all. You definitely can get a dunk off. I know with my other build, it's not upgraded. Yeah, so I only have a 45 standard dunk. It goes to like I think a 70 or something like that. And I get a bunch of standing dunks just with the basics off of having a 45 standing dunk. So I'm pretty sure with the 50 you're gonna be dunking quite well, quite often if you're open. Please don't go in there trying to dunk with a bunch of people around the paint. It's probably not gonna happen. You're probably gonna end up doing a layup, but the good thing is you'll be equipped to do the layups with the 89 layup. 86 close shot. The 85 gets you gold fast twitch. You can use that if you want. I highly recommend putting it on, but you don't have to put it all the way to gold. But yeah, Steph Curry, he's pretty efficient. I mean, in my opinion, he's an all-around offensive threat. That's what I would call him. Dude can do everything on the offense, and then he's all right on defense. He's gotten better because he's gotten stronger, but no one's really scared of having Stephen Curry guard them. They might even call for ISO on Stephen Curry. But that's why we have zone defenses. But we ain't gonna talk about that. All right, for shooting, I went with the 81 mid-range, 92 three-pointer, and a 74 free throw. I went with the 81 mid-range because at 81 it gives you Hall of Fame midi magician. And I think a lot of people sleep on the mid-range game. It makes you a lot less predictable, in my opinion, because if you can finish well, right? Most people are either going for the three, right, or they're doing cuts or something, or just trying to drive right past you to get a dunk, or just to get to the rim. But if you got a mid-range game, you can stop, do a pull-up, you can do a step back midi, you can do a post fade, something like that. Like that really, really makes you more versatile and unpredictable, and more dangerous, in my opinion. But yeah, Stephen Curry has a nice pull-up, a nice step back in a mid-range game. So yeah, having it on Hall of Fame, 81 is the bare minimum to get the Hall of Fame. I went with the 92 three-pointer because I believe at 92. You actually unlock Stephen Curry's three-pointer. I think it's actually 91 and above, but with 92 that gives you gold limitless. And I mean, I don't really need to say more. It's Stephen Curry. you're definitely gonna have go limitless. I didn't go Hall of Fame because in order to get Hall of Fame, you have to have a 99 3-pointer. And I just don't think that's worth it because it'll take away from a bunch of other things on the build, which you can't really afford. Which I do like that they implemented this year instead of having everybody being able to make these crazy builds. But as you'll see later, I put for the takeovers. One of the takeovers is limitless range, so you're gonna be shooting like you've got Hall of Fame once you get takeover. Yeah, I mean, if you can't be a consistent knockdown, dangerous threat with a 92 3-pointer, that's on you. If you need a 99, I say you need to get in the lab. 92, you should be perfectly fine, and you unlock Stephen Curry's 3-pointer, which is one of the best 3-pointers I think you need for a short player. Because for a short player, you need a quick jumper. You don't need one of those slow 2-motion jump shots. You need somebody that shoots with his legs and gets it off. Trae Young, Stephen Curry, you need something fast. And then I went with a 74 free throw. Just extra badge points. I say everybody needs a 70. That's just in my opinion. Find a free throw that you know really well, put it at a 70 minimum, and you'll be all right. Although Stephen Curry is like one of the best free throw shooters in NBA history, I still think you won't need a 70. So 74 is going to make it even easier for you. So I think you'll be just fine. All right, for playmaking, I went with an 86 passing accuracy, a 92 ball handle, and an 80 speed with ball. I went with an 86 passing accuracy because at 85 you unlock the really nice packages for passing, the pass styles. But 86 because I believe 86 is where you'll start to pass a lot faster. It's like gold bullet passer on 2K22, at least from what I've seen. And then you can even see in the badges that if I go back down to 80, 85, all right, so I'll put it up again, and floor general goes up to Hall of Fame, but you get gold needle threader, which I think says something. I think it's one of those thresholds. 85's cool, right? You get what? You get Hall of Fame dimer, and you get gold bailout. All right, so that obviously says something. But then 86, I went with that because also 86. I've noticed that they even start changing your name on a lot of builds. Not this build specifically, but on most of the builds that I see, once you hit 86, they start calling you a diming whatever it is. You could be a 2-way diming finisher or something like that. They'll put diming in your name. So I think it's one of those thresholds. I went with 80 speed with ball because speed with ball isn't really that important. It's more bringing the ball up the court, how quickly you can do that in transition, off a fast break or something like that. You'll be all right. You won't be super fast, but you don't need to be, in my opinion. What matters more is, like your acceleration. I went with a 92 ball handle because at 92, you unlock all of Stephen Curry's dribble moves except for his dribble style. The dribble style, unfortunately, is related to speed with ball. So you won't be able to get his dribble style, but you can just set it on Pro or Michael Jordan or whoever, who cares. You get all of his other moves, his size ups and stuff. Those are the ones that actually matter, in my opinion. Plus you get the Hall of Fame quick first step, Hall of Fame hyperdrive, you get gold clamp breaker, gold unpluggable. Like, you're good, And Hall of Fame ankle breaker if you actually use it. I don't use it, but I use ankle breaking take instead because I think that works better. But Stephen Curry's not really breaking people's ankles anyway. All right, for defense, I went with a 76 perimeter defense, an 85 steal, and a 72 defensive rebound. So I went with a 76 perimeter defense because Stephen Curry's not really locking people up like that. They have the zone defense for that to help them out. Well, at first I was gonna go with 75, but I saw at 76 you get silver pick dodger, you get gold workhorse, you get gold ankle braces. So I feel like that's one of those thresholds. So I put it at 76. So I think 76 you'll be able to work pretty well. I mean, if you have actual defensive IQ, I think you'll be all right. You won't, like I said, you won't be locking people up like that, but you'll be able to do your job in the zone. I don't think that you should be running man, especially at 6'2", running man. I don't think you should be doing that anyway. But I think in the zone defense at the top, whether it be 2-3-3-2 or 1-2-2, whatever you want to call it, I think you'll be all right with the 76 if you have defensive IQ. If you don't, then you're just gonna have to handle your business on the offensive end because you're gonna be a liability on the defensive end. I gave him an 85 still because Stephen Curry, he almost averages. He's just under 2 steals a game for the regular season. Yeah, he's got 1.5 in the playoffs, 1.6 to be exact. But there have been seasons where he's averaged, just under or at 2 steals a game. So I think that's pretty good. So I gave him an 85. 85. Obviously, you get silver interceptor at 78. I think 85 is going to make that even better. I still think that if you want to be in the passing lanes a lot, you're going to have a 90 to get that gold interceptor because that makes it really, you get some really nice animations. But with 85, you get silver glove. And that's where it gets interesting because 85, silver glove is really all you need when it comes to on-ball steals. I mean, I know that Hall of Fame is on like some and even gold is on some like god tier type on-ball steals. But you can really work out if you got the actual IQ. You're not just running up and trying to let the game give you a crazy animation. If you actually time in the steals, you can do pretty well with silver. And then I went with the 72 defensive rebound because he averages 4.7 over his entire career in the regular season. Almost 5 rebounds, at 6'2". And then in the playoffs, he averages 5.4. And he averages less than 1 on offensive rebounds. So it's, obviously I put nothing on offensive rebounds. It shows that if he's in position, he can get that rebound. But it's more so, I've even seen it. It's just nobody was around. The defense probably just got back real quick, so he was able to get the rebound. All right, for the physicals, I gave him an 80 speed, 84 acceleration, 50 strength, 63 vertical, and an 88 stamina. The 80 speed, because speed is mostly for defense, right? For Curry, even when I see him in transition, like let's say there's a turnover or something, especially one that he caused, and he's trying to get back in transition, it takes him a while to get his speed up. So he's not really that fast of a runner. He's not slow by any means, but he's not that fast. So I gave him an 80 speed. The 84 acceleration is to help with the ball handle. It's to help you dribble faster. The 84 acceleration is mostly to help with the ball handling. So it just helps you speed it up. I couldn't get it to 90 or anything crazy like that. But if you look at him dribble, he's not even really that, fast of a dribbler. Like just blowing right past people. He's just very, very crafty. I don't know how to explain it. Gave him a 50 strength because he's definitely gotten stronger. You can see it. He looks bigger. But Stephen Curry's not bullying anybody by any means. And, you get a guy like Kawhi Leonard, they're pushing him out of the way. Just going to put it like that. So 50 strength, you'll do all right. Well, that's what I always recommend. If you're not really going to prioritize strength on a build, at least get it to 50. And you'll be able to work out. The 63 vertical is to help with the dunk. Even though you don't really need it, I believe for the dunk packages that you'll be unlocking, you don't need the 63 vertical. I think you need like a 40 or something like that. But I did for the rebounding, right? Because Stephen Curry, he can jump decently. But if we go back to talking about dunking, sometimes he gets hung on the rim because he didn't get up high enough. So he can jump high enough, but he's not really a leaper like that. But in order to get rebounds, you're gonna need to be able to jump decently. So I gave him, I wanted to get him above 60. And so that's why I put 63. Stamina, I did 88. I always say you don't need any higher than 90. 88, you're good. I try to go no lower than 87. I think 86 you might even be fine because you get the +4 from doing your Gatorade exercise. So yeah, I'll say no lower than 86, and I think you'll be all right. But yeah, I did 88 because that was the most that I could get. All right, for the takeovers, I gave him negative impact and limitless range. I did negative impact because when you think about Stephen Curry getting hot in a game, he'll shoot over 2 people, 3 people. It's like you're not even there. So I think negative impact is pretty accurate. And then obviously it's Stephen Curry, limitless range. Like he'll just start pulling up from anywhere, logo threes, half court threes. Like he just goes crazy. I think spot up take would be a waste in my opinion, because you got a 92 3 ball. You're already going to be doing that at a high clip. I think spot up would be useless, or just a waste. My bad. Obviously not useless, but I think it'll be a waste because I think it's almost to the point of diminishing returns. Where I mean, your 3-pointer is so high that having something like spot up take, you're not really getting that big of a boost. Versus with negative impact, that helps out badges that you weren't able to get so high. Like you weren't able to get Hall of Fame Deadeye, so or Hall of Fame Blinders. So now negative impact is going to push you up to where you're having. It'll be like you have Hall of Fame. And I did the same with Limitless Range because I was only able to get at a 92 3 ball. You're only able to get gold Limitless, but when you put that takeover on, now you got it at Hall of Fame. All right. As for the shades of, I wasn't able to get Curry, but it's interesting. Well, he came out to be a playmaking shot creator. But the people you see here, right? So you got Steve Nash. He's a great passer and shooter. Stephen Curry can pass and shoot well. You got Trae Young and Damian Lillard, two guys who I think he influenced. So in a sense, it's still accurate. But yeah, that's the build. Let me know what y'all think and give it a like if you like the video.